Good morning. One more little thing there. Okay. Welcome to yoga, strength, balance, clarity, peace. Whatever brings you here, taking care of this body vehicle so that we can find peace, staying strong, mobility, flexibility. There's a lot that can be welcomed taking this time. Being more efficient later. Just giving yourself a chance to be fully present with why you're here, any intentions that you might have. Compassionate noticing of your body, space, what's going on in there. Breathing in, sitting tall, cultivating the seated pose. Breathing in again. And that be a long exhale. Then weave together your fingers, please. Press forward. So I'm rounding down into my legs and pelvis, sitting tall. Bring up your arms, let your elbows bend, lift your rib cage, little wiggle to get up there and do a little side stretch over to the right. Just the right amount. And then over to the left. Go slowly, not jarring your body, but strength is found in that still movement, that slow movement. Bend your elbows, release your arms down. Feel the sensation, let them relax. Weave them together again, this time the other. Cross the less dominant way to bring balance to these shapes. Down, pressing the legs, forward, up, up, up. Whatever that is for you, keep it compassionate, and then side stretch towards the left first. Just go into your range of motion. Breathe in, return to center, do an up gaze. Soften a bit, go over towards the right. Core strength. Side stretch, release. Elbows, pinkies roll down. Let it come down and land and soften. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nose breathing. Soft gazing. Fingertips find each other at the center of your forehead. Let them land softly, sensing temperature and presence there. And then smoothing your forehead gently with your fingers, sweeping down your jaw. We'll do this 3 times. Pause and feel. Bring your hands together, soft as well. And grounding into your legs, turn towards the right side without using the arm reach. Tall, turn your belly, turn your ribs. And then adding the arms here at the end, maybe you can find a little more space for turning with their support. 1, 2, releasing tension along your spine, not overdoing. A little bit grounded in your core, but not too much. Not so you restrict your twist. 1 more breath, tall, breathe in. Stay, breathe out. Return your hands slowly to your heart center again. And a slow return to center. Lean back, cross your ankles, Maybe pick up your feet and balance on your sacrum. Use your arms, lift your chest, gaze down, float, balancing. Switch the cross of your ankles and come down for the other side. Foundation. Doesn't have to be perfect or look a certain way, just as comfortable as possible. Heart center, hands, tall spine. Exhale, belly, rib cage. Find your twist without your arms, then slowly add 1 and 2, one behind, one across, 1. Sthira Sukha Asanam, steady, sweet pose. Balancing, find the middle path. Effort and ease, harmony. Bring your hands, that one from behind you to your chest. Bring the other one in. And return. Looks simple, but makes a big difference. And release. Lean back, balance. So draw in your legs. Sit tall, arms strong. Then lean back, sacrum. 2. Rest your legs into each other. Find that balance point. And release your feet down, leaning forward. Heart lifting pose. Bring your hands back. Stretch your legs out, pointing your toes. So hands back, fingers forward, a little outward spinning in the shoulders, and hands lift and gaze down. Breathing into that front shoulder, chest space. Not forced, just range of motion. One more breath. Think about lifting up so you activate your arms, really point your toes, and relax. Please head around to your tabletop position. You can use your hands or bring them down once you are partway there. Letting the practice be a little bit playful. Starfish fingers. Knees under hips, grounding the feet. Find this plank pose. Call it what it is. Do activate it a bit by pressing down into your hands. Centered along spine. Tone across the front hip points. That energetic tone in the pelvic floor as well. And close your eyes and try to sense that. Your subtle core. And breathe out once more. Puppy pose, tuck your toes. Focus on the feet first as you sit back. So you don't want to overdo, but find that sweet amount of a stretch in the soles of your feet. Then slide your hands forward, bring your head down. Extended puppy. Like you have that long tail of a dog or a cat reaching back. Head down, shoulders broad. 3 more times, breathing in, breathing out. Let your breath focus into your back body. Release into cow spine. Come up to the table, bring your hands and feet out of where they were and gently extend. Cow is not a big movement. Cat spine, lift your mid back, curl under your chin and your tail, press your hands. These are important for core strength and spinal mobility, so let's do 5. There's 2, extend and flex. Even if you can extend more, don't overdo it here. Focus on core strength and a little extension. Press your hands. Flexion can be deeper. Light tilt forward in your belly. Nose gaze. navel gaze. And I lost count. Release. Please bring your right leg back, parallel to the floor, point your toes. This could be done with your forearms down if you need a break from your hands. If you're feeling strong and you want to explore the opposite reach, remember you can always go back a step if something is too much. 1, steady eyes and breath. 2, this is a meaningful 5 breaths in this pose. Lots of strength and balance. 1 more. Come down with control, slowly release. Side reaching child's pose over towards the left side. Walk it over. Bring your head down. Dropping into the slow breathing. One more time. Stretching down the side to the lower back. Back to table for bird dog, second side. Set it up. Left leg back, parallel to the floor. Use your glutes, so hips strengthening, toes point. Find a steady gaze. Take up the opposite arm if that works today. Or bringing it all together. And hand and knee come down. Arrange your knees to be comfortable, settling back into child's pose, and then walk over to the other side slowly. So that reaching arm just the right amount. You start to feel some interesting tugging of those tissues along the side, and bring your head down. Make any refinements and then hold steady and breathe. There's no harming in yoga. Please make choices to take care of yourself. Breathe out 1 more time. Returning to center. Come up to cow sign. And release. Walk your knees back a step. Keep your arms strong and straight. Lower your pelvis towards the floor. Lift your ribs and gaze down in high cobra. And go back. 1 more variation, upward dog. Get your hands nice and spread. So lift ribs. Pelvis is forward, just towards the floor between your hands. Stop at any point. Tone your belly. If that is doing okay, you can lift up to the tops of your feet. And then knees down. Go back to downward facing dog. Lift up, walk in. Nice to just pick up and reset your hands so they have a nice fresh flow of blood. Bring your head down, breathe deeply. Shoulders wrapped towards your heart. Would you like to move a little bit in the pose to warm up to it? Breathe out, come to stillness, letting your head hang down between your arms and your belly drop. And walk forward with your right foot, left foot, another step, even if it's small and your knees are bending, it's fine. Get close enough so you can push off your hands to your feet and stand. Slowly reach, give yourself some time, and bring down your arms, standing tall. Arrange your body into mountain. Slightly forward hands, down center gaze. I forgot my microphone, I'm gonna put that in. Sorry about that. Here we are. Hopefully easier to hear me, hopefully okay. Leading up to now, standing forward fold. Catch the sides of your pelvis. Just find that rim with your hands. We're gonna tilt that forward. Let your knees bend. Leaning forward from your hip joints is what's happening here. Knees bend generously as you bring your spine down. Use your fingers to remind your low belly to draw up slightly down low. It's an internal thing, don't worry about it. And then slip your hands maybe behind your legs or to catch your opposite elbow and breathe. So stretches the back, neck and shoulders, low back, upper back. Across the seat, the legs, the feet. Twice more, breathe deeply. And bringing your hands back to the sides of your pelvis to come out. Spine long, bend your knees. Press your feet, start to come up with your legs, extending your spine. And relax. Palms spinning out. Inhale, reach up. Slowly gaze up. Touch. Hands together down the midline. Fold forward. Same principles of forward folding. Press your arms straight. Hands come up your shins. Inhale, half lift. Before you breathe out, get your hands down. Then breathe out slowly. Step back to plank pose. Hold for 1. Push the ground away. Body strong and straight. Use your legs for your thighs. 1 more breath. So we have those 3 choices for that extended spine. Cow, high cobra, or upward facing dog. So if you bring your knees down where you are and release your toes, arms straight. This is an accessible up dog preparation. Pelvis forward, lift, gaze down. And then move your pelvis back, knees on the ground, tuck toes, puppy or down dog. 1, 2, 3. More back body time. 4, open chest. Stretching out the feet and the lower legs. 1 more breath. Halfway lifting pose, inhale. Again, it can be nice to either go really slowly with your breath or wait to start it. Or maybe you take an extra inhale to get all the way in. Exhale, fold towards your legs, not as far of a distance. Go slowly, feel all the way in as you release your breath. Standing up with an inhalation. So all of this teaches you to breathe really slowly and exhale, bring your arms down and to concentrate on moving with breath. So let's do that one 2 more times, the Surya Namaskara A form. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, reach down. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, find your plank pose or your dip. If you want to hug your elbows in and start that dip. Breathe in, cow, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog or puppy with the knees on the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the way exhale, Inhale is the half lift, but wait. Maybe here, start breathing in slowly as you're close to your pose and come all the way in. Good, and breathe out, slowly fold towards your legs, working with your body. Inhale to stand. All the transitions are important. Exhale, release, release. One more time. One, reach up. Two, reach down. Three, horizon, inhale. Four, go back, plank. Exhale. Urdhva Mukha, upward face. Mindful. Adho Mukha, downward face. Breathe out. And this one, holding, resting. 5. Present with your body. Where do you touch the ground? The activations of each pose. What's quiet here? Mind, face, jaw. Exhale. 7 is the half lift pose. Come forward, breathe in slowly. Ashto 8, fold towards your legs, release your breath. Nawa 9, standing up, reaching and breathing in. Deja 10, bring down your arms, breathe out. Mountain. Sun gratitude. All time. And from this focused state, shift your weight to your right leg and come to a warrior C preparation. Whatever you'd like to do with your arms, exploring lifting that leg behind you. So this is all part of the practice, the stepping in and out, lifting up that back leg and bringing it down. Do that, come in and out one more time, and maybe hold this time. So I could see my big toe as I start to find that standing foot, big toe grounding the root of the big toe, other toes down, press into the ground. Concentrate, lifting the back leg. Reset if you need to. Find a steady spot for your eyes and don't move your eyes, even if you have to redo your whole pose. Then maybe lowering without touching and coming back up a few times. It's okay to touch a wall or something. Try to lift the corners of your mouth and just let it be an exploration with no attachment. It's going to strengthen your hip. It's going to strengthen your balance no matter how steady you are. One more time, maybe reach down and then come up. Bring your feet back into mountain and reorganize right center. Meet the new moment, this fresh moment, and try again that other foot. The big toe root, big toe, other toes, shift. So coming all the way in and out a few times, that shift to one leg, lifting the other one. Kind of a rocking in and out. And this time coming in to potentially hold or come up and down partway. We're not going to be 100% still. We are not stones. There's a whole lot going on. So if it feels okay to explore partway down and back in, a place to keep working on this shape in a little bit of a dynamic way today. And one more Time to come forward, picking up something off the floor with your legs straight, and then coming up back to mountain and reorganize, find center. Big bend in the knees and to the right, starting out. Starting with lateral lunge, wide parallel feet. Hands on your thighs. Bend your left knee towards your toes. So hip, knee, foot are all facing the same direction. And you want to keep doing that as you bend your knee. So it's like you're pushing into that outside edge of your foot, stretching the space between the mat between your feet in this pose. 1, really loading up this bent leg. Strong. 2, a little uplift in the low belly. 4, focus on that hip strength and the stretch of the back leg. 1 more breath, stretching the adductors. Your range of motion, and then come up. Other side, knee, hip, knee, ankle, all heading towards the toes. Stretching the space between the mat, stretching the inseam of that long leg. Load it up a little bit. 5 strong breaths. Core strength, holding your torso in this way. Even the arms, so whole body. 1 more breath out. Little lower range of motion, stretch here, strengthen there, and then come up, breathing in, and breathe out. Arms reach, float out to the side, spread your fingers. Breathe out, bring them behind your back. Little inward shoulders to catch and draw down shoulder blades. Not overdoing here, not throwing yourself back in space. Grounded in the low belly, tuck your chin. Left ear, left shoulder. Just the right amount. Neck muscles can be tight. Little bit of persistence with them, but no force. Ease yourself back to center. Switch the weave of your fingers. Maybe refine your feet. Back to chin down. Take a deep breath. Use your ear towards your shoulder on the other side. You're in charge of how much you're doing your shoulder movement together and down, how far your head goes. No forcing, no holding back. Breathe out once more. Come out with some slowness and let those muscles around your head relax. We do a little circle each way. Center, and the last direction. Rib cage, hold, lift up with your chin. Gaze down. Chin towards the right. Chin towards the left. Center. To come out, lift the back of your skull. And release. Step out of that wide stance with stronger ankles. Warrior B, step wide again. This time turning out the front leg and bending the knee. Use your feet, both feet, to bring yourself down the middle, as low as it feels good to go. Working towards this leg being parallel to the floor, which doesn't need to be that low, but sustainably low. Tracking that knee, centering it. Then bring up your arms. Equal reaching, head turns, fingertip gaze. One more time. Straighten, release, turn back to center. That was interesting to try to focus on the lowness today. Make poses new with a new approach. So turning out the back leg, bend your knee, work your feet apart. So just try to find that a little bit wider stance, a little lower than you might usually hold it. So it's a little more challenging, possibly. And then add the arms. Turn your head. The belly draws in, down low. Relax your shoulders. 4, 5. Straighten your leg and release your arms. Come out of this wide stance, please. Back to the top. Trying the same with your Vajrasana A. So the right leg back, warrior A, using your feet facing the front of your mat. Space them out. This alignment is very important with the centered knee over the ankles. You're going to teach it to be in a good spot, stable and happy. Then maybe a little more space to lower the pelvis today if that's working out. So there's that downward energy, adding the upward energy with the arms, hands together, lift. Lift the plane of your face, breathe deeply. Gaze down the nose, shoulders a little downward, feet spread. One more time. Release. Make your way out for the other side so you can turn, or you can lean forward and step out. Both are fine. Arrive safely. And the other side, A, left a big footprint from that other side. So use your feet to stretch out your stance, trying to find a low stance today. Center your knee joint. Then maybe refine the feet a little further apart. So come down a little bit lower. Nice stretch of the back hip flexors. Downward energy. Ribs, arms, face, lift. Gaze is down, shoulders are down, pelvis is down. The unification of opposites. Taking all these actions and making one energetic form. Gathering the energy that you need symbolically. And release, making your way out safely from that big stance. Let me just get your feet closer first and then step out. Making room for your arms for breath of joy. Inhale up. Inhale sides. Inhale all the way. Up, up, up. Exhale slowly into forward fold. Take your time. Come down. Rocking gently as your spine lengthens. Rocking in your feet, your torso. Come back to the center. Breathe out slowly one more time. And then bring your hands to the floor with your knees bending so you can work your arms forward and your legs back. Transitioning to dolphin pose, maybe it's from your knees, but if you can do one arm at a time for a moment, get yourself down to the dolphin from downward dog. All of it builds strength. Press down into your forearms, dolphin pose. Shoulders lift up, belly lifts up, pelvic floor lifts up into the body. Head is down. Arms press down. Transition to your belly, step back one at a time with your feet. Lift your head, lower your belly. You can stay for a few breaths in forearm plank pose. And just come down to your belly when you're ready. For one more cycle of breath, if you're up for it, and then come down. Releasing if you're not already, two in the belly, stretching out your arms. Arrive for a few cycles of breath. And coming into Sphinx pose. So start with your lower body, pelvis centered, pelvis and legs grounded. Bring your arms towards you and lower your elbows so that you have a comfortable extension of your spine, not overdoing. There's a little tone kept in the low belly and the pelvic floor here. Gaze is down as the ribs lift. 1, 2, very steady. 3, 4, 5, release. Heels releasing outward, turn your head to the right side, shoulders down. Let your temple be light on your hands so that you're not causing any irritation. Slowly switch your head and the stack of your hands. So that is a really subtle thing to ask, that you not let your temple rest on any bony parts of your hands with too much heaviness. Let your weight be distributed evenly. Staying relaxed, but light with your head on your hands. Bringing your head back to center. Zip up your legs. Activate the whole low body up to the bandhas, up to the low belly, and then slip your hands under your shoulders. Head downward. We're gonna press down and forward into the hands. Lift chest, come to knees. Gradually stretch back. Spread hands, puppy. A little bit of a rounding in that puppy is interesting. I'd like to try that, a little bit of a rounded spine on your way down. Come up to cat, which is a nice counter movement for the Sphinx. Tuck chin, deep breath, and coming to sit. So the beginning of jumping through is using strong and straight arms. Bring your knees in closer, cross your ankles, and then use your hands on either side. I'm going to bring my head down, over the feet to sit. Work where you are. Let me know if you're interested in developing those kind of maneuvers. Beginning seated practice with Janu Shirsasana. You may fold up a blanket under your pelvis. So the left knee is bent and the foot to the inner leg. Elevation can happen here, it's fine. Face the straight leg, breathe in. Just like standing forward fold, this comes from your hip joints, it comes from low. So knee can bend, that's fine. Spine long, out, down, hands sliding down your leg. They can catch your foot. If they reach there, it's fine. They can just catch your leg, it's fine too. Bring your head down. Knee head pose. Feel your way in your body. So first, we're trying to extend the spine out and then fold. But let your forehead be curious about your leg. Breathe out one more time. Breathe in, come slowly like you came into the pose, and breathe out, relax. Switching sides. Make sure you can try to use your hands less. Facing the straight leg with a little activation, breathing in. Hand on either side, and breathe out that tilt from your pelvis, from your hip joints. Out and down, let your hands connect. Breathe in again. Leap in, and then exhale. Fold towards your leg, forehead curious about your lower body. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathing out. And 5. Inhale, rise slowly. Exhale, moving into Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart pose. Bound ankle pose, finding both hips externally rotating, the heels together, hands to the ankles, or wrap around the feet. A little time with your body to come in. So working sitting bones and heels closer to each other over time. Asking the knees to reach down towards the floor, sit tall, hold on, breathe in. Breathe out, tuck your chin, stay tall. Another inhale, lift your chin. Lean forward from your hips, extended forwardness. Reaching your heart towards your feet. These inner leg muscles can be really tight, yes. They're really important too. They connect our feet to our pelvic floor, to our core, torso. It's a good thing to spend some time on. Breathe out one more time. So that's the extended version. Coming up, we'll do one more. Breathe in, tall spine. This one starts in the tailbone, that curled, rounded spine like cat spine, so that your forehead is now curious about your feet. Not causing any irritation. So I just felt a little irritation in my back from something I was doing, and I backed away from it. Found a spot where that wasn't happening. Be very attuned to your body. There's no force. Breathe out again. Coming up, a little lift of your base and release. Long hold. Ardha Matsyendrasana is a seated twist with that right leg folded in, facing forward, the left foot on the ground, tall spine. Come around. Stay tall as you find the rotation of your spine. You can customize how you hold this leg. It can come in or rest outward, what feels best. Hand behind helps you stay tall. Getting into the outer line of the hips and legs. 5. Inhale tall, return to center. Exhale, release. Breathe freely as you change sides. Leave this side as it is, tall spine. Find your rotation. Check in with your hip hold. Stay tall, gaze back. 1, 2, exhale for 3, for 4, and up. Tall spine as you come back to center, and release. Some windshield wipers on your backs. Make your way down to the back of your body, and then turn out your feet once you're on your back comfortably, and let your knees go side to side to just let the hips have a little free movement. Been lots of strengthening and stretching in this practice. Both ways. Let your head rock to the opposite side. Range of motion. Coming back to your first side or staying on the side you're on for a hold. Letting go. Front of the body, front of the thigh and hip have a little stretch. A little bit of a twist. Head and torso, legs back to center and going the other way. So there's a little turnout in the feet. External hip rotation on the left leg, internal on the right. Roll your head the other way. Relax your feet as much as you can and hold steady. Breathe out one more time. Bring your head and everything back to center. One bridge up. Come up with your feet and ground your arms. Work your shoulders underneath your back one at a time. Reach for your ankles, or you could weave your fingers again. Centered on the upper back, back of the shoulders, back of the head, feet, arms. Come down, easing the shoulders out beside you as you release. Make sure your neck is long, maybe really thin, maybe pillow. Breathe out, core strength. Lift your right foot off the ground. Lift your left foot off the ground. Bring them up into the air along with the arms. If you're upside down bug pose, I was doing this regularly and then kind of forgot, but I remembered again. So just holding steady. Core strength. Spine is fully supported. One more time. Bring your knees to your chest. Exhale, low belly. Lower your right foot. Try not to use your arms unless you need to. Lower your left foot, core strength. Lift your left foot. Lift your right. Straighten your left. Straighten your right. Arms back up. Now the opposite, reaching the right leg going towards the floor and the left arm. Find a little bit of a challenge without arching your low back. Just feel a little work in your front body. Three, 4 limbs, 4 things. 4, 5. Return towards the sky, and then the other side, the leg lowering. Add the opposite arm going down. Sustainably challenging for 5 breaths. It's fine to work where things are just a little challenging. You'll get stronger. You'll get stronger without creating strain. Arms and legs going wide. And put your elbows down on the ground. Let your hands come support your thighs so you can allow gravity to stretch the inner legs. And this is a core pose. Legs are heavy. They're far away from the body, so your core muscles are working. Let your low belly participate. Subtle core. Relax your inner thigh muscles. And then they'll be strong as you bring the legs back together. Slip into figure 4 from above either side. The lying pigeon, you can put that foot down on the ground, give yourself space to stretch the outer hip without causing any strain on the joints. Your own expression of this stretch of the piriformis. So that's one of the important aspects here is the stretching across your seat. Just the right amount of sensation and stretch in your body. Take the time for one more breath. Maybe take away the arms, then lift the legs and come from above into the second side, bringing the arms in for the support and refinements. Meet it where it is. Find your steady spot on this side of your body. Breathe slowly. Let your eyes really just soften, let in a small amount of light. Slow breathing. Stillness. Just the right amount of sensation. One more time. Breathe out slowly. Let go of the cross of your legs. Maybe come into a little happy baby or other knees to chest kind of movements to help yourself feel complete with this back body work. Some ankle and feet time. Finding your finishing pose here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Low belly. Keeping that movement of the breath is above the low belly groundedness. Maybe lowering the feet one at a time. Stretch out and rest. Maybe cover or add layers with a short rest. So anything that helps you be comfortable while keeping it simple. Oh, letting go of the efforts around your hips. The leg muscles around the knees, the ankles and feet, all relaxing. Let your breath move into your belly space, releasing any of that toning and gathering energy from the pelvic floor and the low belly. Letting the breath move freely without the rhythmic organization you've been doing to it. Just let it be, let it go, let it do what it wants. Find a way to settle your arms into stillness. Maybe it's beside you, maybe it's on your torso with your hands. Spine centered, neck long, shoulders down, eyes rest. Resting in the spaces between the inhales and the exhales. Mind resting in the stillness. Breathing as slowly as possible. Within reason, no strain, just really space it out and let that exhale be one more time for releasing your stillness and coming back to join the stream of the day, reaching arms and legs, fingers and toes, a little arch in the spine, a little extension. Exhale goes down into your belly, and same work of the practice to bring in the legs and curl. Make your way upright. Sitting cross legs again, or in little thunderbolt on your heels. Breathing in. Breathing out. Thank you for the inspiring company for this practice, and a little focus on core strength and hip strength. Remember to hydrate, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Blossom.